Hello guys and girls, Tryhard Enmity here. Just wanted to talk to you guys about the 1.0.5 patch notes today and how they affect the game. So I kind of wanted to go over some of the major system changes which are introducing, which are called Monster Power and the Infernal Machine. Now, many of you probably know by this point what these are and what they do. Just wanted to kind of go into detail of kind of how they work. So we have Monster Power first, which we'll go over. Monster Power is it's very similar to the Player's 8, it says right here as well, from Diablo 2. So if any of you remember that, you type in /players 1 through 8, and it would increase the monster difficulty. Now, what this means is obviously the monsters will do more damage, have way more health, and generally drop better loot. I'm pretty sure your magic find goes up past the 300% cap. It does. It says it right there, 300% cap. It breaks that. So what this means, when you set monster power to 10, you will have really powerful enemies. I was watching some live streams, and it took some of the most geared players I've seen on live streams take about 10 minutes to kill, maybe 5 minutes to kill an elite pack, which is insane. We'll see how it pans out. So my guess is Monster Power 10 will not be very efficient for leveling in terms of getting actual loot and things like that. I have a feeling Monster Power probably 7 or maybe 6 will be the ideal number to sit at. We'll see how it pans out when the PTR comes back up. So what this means, obviously, Monster Power coming in, it gives you a bit more if your gear's not very good, you set your monster power to 0. You just don't even enable it. So this means Inferno mode will be pretty easy. It won't be the most challenging thing ever. And then as your gear gets better, you can set your monster power up, kind of maintaining the challenge of the monsters, and overall just kind of making it a bit more enjoyable. So when you're really geared and you're just fed up of just running through everything really quickly, you can set your monster power to 10 and actually have a challenge again where it takes you a while to kill enemies. Maybe you have to avoid laser beams and try to plan out where the walls are going to land from wallers and things like that. So it'll make the game a lot more enjoyable for people who are really geared, and it'll make it more enjoyable for people who aren't as geared as well. So the cool thing I find about Monster Power is Monster Power can be enabled while leveling. So what this means is when I think I spent about 3 million gold on my last character leveling it. What this means, if you spend that much gold on your character leveling, you will plow through monsters on Monster Power 10, getting way more experience. So my guess, you can hit level 60 within 5 hours playtime instead of the 10 hours you can do right now, which I think is a really cool feature. We'll see how that pans out, though. I'm going to level up some characters, definitely. Even though I have 5 at 60, I'm definitely going to do it anyway. So let me know what you guys think about that, if you think that's going to be a cool feature while leveling, in terms of actual experience and things like that. I think it's really sick. So that's about it for Monster Power. Again, it's just a system to make it a bit more enjoyable for you guys who are maybe too geared or maybe not geared enough. It works both ways. Pretty cool system. The next one is, I can't believe they put this in already. They've put in kind of the Uber Diablo from Diablo 2. This is called the Inferno Machine. How this works is you craft it first of all, from what I've seen, and based on this post and things. So you craft it with the keys, and then you put it all together to make the Inferno Machine. And what the Inferno Machine does is it opens up a portal which enables you to fight 2 Inferno bosses at the same time. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this works, exactly which bosses you'll fight, where you'll fight them, but apparently you fight 2 bosses at once. So my guess is you'll fight kind of maybe the Skeleton King and I don't know, maybe the Spider Boss or something at the same time, and they're both souped up. They might have extra abilities. They're gonna have extra health, damage, so it'll make up for a pretty enjoyable encounter, and you get a chance at some shiny loot. We don't know what the loot's gonna be yet. What we do know is there are these things called the Hellfire Rings. Now, what the Hellfire Rings are is you get all these items from the bosses in the Infernal Machine. So mats are needed, Vengeful Die, Devil's Fang, Withering Spine, gold 50,000, and then you make a ring. Now, this ring sounds amazing. 170 to 200 of your stat, so 200. I mean, on a ring, that's crazy. And then it has a chance of 4 properties. So imagine a 200 ring with attack speed, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance all on it. And then not only that, you get increased experience by 35%. What? That ring is going to be insane. It has a chance of being absolutely amazing, and that has a little proc chance to launch a fireball, explosive fireball at Hellfire. So I have a feeling that thing is going to hit for like 400k or something crazy, a huge, like, probably 20 yard AoE. We will see, but that's really exciting stuff. It's going to make it a lot of fun to build this Infernal Machine and then go in there with your friends and just try to fight these insane bosses. Now, to make the actual the machine, you need to get all the keys. And there's a video on Diablo fans right now where it tells you how to find the keys with the key wardens. I will be making my own video, the actual kind of Inferno machine guide. So this will tell you exactly, where to get the keys, where to get the keys, what to craft them with, and then I'm going to do kind of a boss guide as well. If there's hard boss combinations, how to do them, how to deal with them, maybe show you like which characters to play with if you're going to play multiplayer against them, things like that. So that's something to look forward to. But I can't wait for this to come out. I think this is probably the most exciting thing they've released in any patch so far, and I can't believe they've done it already within 4 or 5 months of a game being out. That's sweet. Thank you, Blizzard. Thank you. Other than that, sorry, I keep saying I'll stop that right now. Other than that, there's not too many huge changes in the actual patch. I'll go over a couple of them. I won't bore you too much. The one that I find really cool is they have a new legendary item drop effect. So that's sweet. It's gonna show, as you can see there, there's like a laser beam coming out of it. I mean, that's so cool because I kind of run around the map. I clear trash, but when it's dying for like all my dots and things, I'm running over to the next trash pack. I rarely see the loot they're dropping, so this will kind of help me, see these legendaries that drop. As you can see, it's like a huge beam going in the sky. I've heard rumors that it might ping on your mini map as well, so you'll never miss a legendary. Not that it happens often, but against people who do run off from trash before it dies off their screen, then you can. I think that's really cool. Really cool. I can't wait for that to come out. Other than that, they had some changes on some PvP tokens. That might be kind of PvP items you can get. Maybe I don't know exactly what it was. They haven't released too much information on it. But as you can see, there's a PvP item thing, like a little note here. And I think those PvP items, I have a feeling they're going to do things like almost like a resilience. And you can see here like anti-cold, anti-poison, large PvP restoration. Really weird stuff they're going to do with PvP. I'm interested to see how they're going to make it work. But yeah, so they've kind of released a bit of information on that. Other than that, not too much different changes. There's a couple cool things that I wanted to talk about. And this is what I asked for months ago. If you're a fan of my live stream stuff, I've spoken about this multiple times. Resplendent chests are useless right now, but they're making them really good. A resplendent chest now gives you 1 stack of Nephilim Valor, and as it kind of it sticks to the rule of if you have 5 stacks of Nephilim Valor, you get a yellow item, the same as you would from an elite pack. That is really cool. Thank you, Blizzard, for that. And as well, major in-game events now drop a yellow if you have 5 stacks, and they also give a stack of Nephilim Valor. I'm pretty sure that's how it's working. So, if you're running around like Fields of Slaughter and you see like a bunch of maybe NPCs fighting a bunch of other NPCs, and it's an event, that event will spawn a boss. That boss will drop a yellow and give you a stack of Nephilim Valor. So thank you, Blizzard, again. You're making it a bit more enjoyable to go through these encounters and, adding an actual purpose to it. The other change, which is awesome, really cool, they're adding in 2 new shrines, which are called the Empowered Shrine, which increases resource regeneration and reduced cooldowns. We don't know how much it's going to be. My guess is it's going to be about 25% resource regeneration and possibly maybe 25% off your cooldowns or 50% or something, which is really cool. That's going to make it for a bit more fun gameplay. And this one I really like. Increase movement speed and pickup radius. Now, I have not been on the PTR yet. I don't know how much movement speed it's going to give you. I have a feeling it's going to be 25% movement speed with maybe 20-yard pickup radius. I think that would be ideal. I think that's really cool for classes like melee classes who don't have pickup radius. You're killing all the elite packs. You're just picking up all the health globes without having it on your gear. I think that's cool. And then they're also adding the Experience Shrine into Inferno difficulty. So what this means is you'll have Experience Shrines in Inferno. So your leveling will go up a lot faster on your Paragon levels, which is pretty cool. I'd like to, thank Blizzard again for that. I think that's really sweet. Other than that, they're making reduction on snare effects on elite monsters better. They're improving it. So example, if you blizzarded an enemy on a wizard, this 50% movement speed, it's not the actual number, it would kind of reduce it down to maybe 25% movement speed on elites, where now it's going to be less of a nerf on that. It's going to be, so if it was 50%, it would go down to maybe 35% on elite, which is a nice little increase. And I have a feeling on Monster Power 10, a lot of range casters are going to be thanking Blizzard for that one, because if monsters do take that long to kill, you're going to be wanting to kite, depending on your gear. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I won't bore you with the rest of these changes because there's nothing too huge. There's a few auction house changes. The main one I like to see is the damage on offhand items. So if you're a wizard or a witch doctor, you're going to be very grateful for this. I don't know why it wasn't in since day one, but you can now search for damage on your offhand items. So you can search, 350 damage plus on your offhand item. Thank you, Blizzard, again. Wow, that's it's gonna make life a lot easier for my witch doctor, that's for sure. And then this one, I have a feeling this means when you're searching for an item to purchase, an option to autofill, blah blah blah, is appearing. So I have a feeling that what that means is you can see the stat increase of the gear on your actual in the auction house. So if you see an item that's like a 1,200 DPS on a one-hander, you will see the DPS increase, how much it'll give your character. I think that's what it means, and if that's the case, that is really good because it's hard to figure out how much DPS you're exactly going to gain off a new good ring or like a good weapon or something. So that's cool. Other than that, few other changes, BattleNet changes, nothing too huge. There are class changes. I'm leaving the class changes until the class guides. Obviously, I do a class guide updated if the class needs it. If there's crazy changes and stuff. So yeah, I'll be starting that off with the Barbarian because I didn't do the Barbarian 1.0.4 guide. Reason being is nothing changed this patch for Barbarians. I sat down to make a guide for about an hour and a half the one day, writing it down, and I couldn't think of a new build to show. It was just a whirlwind. I played my Barbarian for a good 5 or 6 hours, testing out different builds, and I was like, you know what? What's the point? Whirlwind Barbarian is just miles better than the rest. Oops. So yeah. But other than that, again, a few more class changes. Nothing too groundbreaking. They are lowering the reduction on damage reduction cooldowns, or not cooldowns, passives, at the moment. Reason being is to make Monster Power 0 seem a lot easier and make it maybe balance out a bit better in Monster Power 10. We'll see how that works out, but might give a bit more build diversity, especially for classes like monks and things like that. But I have a feeling in Monster Power 10 you're going to use the exact same passives and defensive skills anyways. So, and again, followers got a little buff. Won't go too much over that. Pretty much the Templar is being buffed big time. All of his stuff's being increased. He might actually be usable in Monster Power 10. I'm considering using him on my Witch Doctor mainly for the mana regeneration boost. And then the extra heals can never hurt. And that's about it. Items, nothing's being changed too much. Cast time identifying rare items has been reduced to 1 second. Why not just make it instant? Just give us scrolls back, please. And then the cast time for legendary items has been increased to 4 seconds. Thanks, Blizzard. Wow. Other than that, monsters have received a damage and health nerf, 50 through 63. That, again, is to make Monster Power 0 seem a bit easier, and Monster Power 10 seem a bit harder. And then additional health per monster in multiplayer games has gone from 75% to 70%. Don't know why. Maybe Monster Power 10 in multiplayer games is too crazy. We'll see how that works out. Other than that, no other changes. I'm going to make a guide on the Inferno Machine, so definitely look forward to that. I'm going to try to get it out as quick as I can. I'm going to make it possibly for when the PTR's up. So maybe like this time next week, that guide will be out. And then keep an eye out for the Barbarian 1.0.5 guide. I apologize to the Barbarians for the lack of 1.0.4 guide, but there was just nothing new I could have shown you guys. I would have just been you just sitting there listening to me say the same thing you heard in the 1.0.3 guide, really. But the 1.0.5 guide will definitely be something to look at because Whirlwind Barbarians are changing a bit, and I plan to show a couple cool builds. Involving lots of cleaving and then lots of rending and things like that. I've already thought of some pretty cool builds. So that's about it for today, guys. Again, watch out for those guides. Thank you very, very much for watching. And don't forget about my live stream event that is taking part tonight. It's Monday the 24th. And that is going to be really cool. I'm doing 72 hours. I might sleep once or twice in between there, but it's going to be pretty much a 3-day stream of World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria, leveling my Pandarian monk. So please come watch that. I would love to see you guys there. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in 1.0.5.